Hi guys and girls and others, just doing a review of the History of the Daleks set number 20, which is another Remembrance of the Daleks set, as if we needed another one of them. Could have released the destroyed Imperial Dalek, slight tweak and repaint it to the Renegade in Coal Hill School, that's by the by though. So this is the set, and this is now my 5th Remembrance Daleks, and actually I haven't been buying like doubles on this at all, because this is just in each set. The first time it came out was with a single release with the 7th Doctor, and then in 2010 it was a 4-pack, and that was a Renegade, the Supreme Dalek, Special Weapons Dalek, and an Imperial. Now I shall come on to the Special Weapons Dalek in a bit. The original is on the left there. That's been released now altogether 3 times. So the original release in 2010, the FX one, the talking one, I never got bothered with that, and today's current one. Let's get into this one. So there we go, as you can see it. Looking good. I say looking good, but I'm going to point out a few flaws with this. First up is that piece of mesh there. Look, it's kind of like peeling on that, which is not good. And the eye stalk is bent. How? How did they do this? I mean, I had issues way back in 2010. In fact, myself and a friend of mine, good friend of mine, Chris Etherington, we went to Character Options head office in Oldham, which is in Manchester. We met a lady called Tracy Jump, who I don't think works for the company anymore, and we just basically said we had enough of the quality being bad. Yes, they've improved it over the years, but there's still some sloppy mistakes. I mean, can't they make sure that these are done right when they put them in? Yeah, I know you can probably boil and pop it, not sort of boil, but put it in hot water and strengthen it out, but that's a bit of a risk, because what if you bend it the wrong way or snap it or something? I mean, I'll leave it anyway because it'll just go in the cabinet with the others. But anyway, that's getting away from it. So the arm is fine, the gun is fine as it should be. The eye stalk is got the right colour pupil when you see it come back. However, the discs are slightly wrong because they should be. The eye stalk should be just like the Destiny one in order of size. So let's see. I'll just show it here. There's the eye. I mean, I like these, but there's something I've been wondering about for years, and I'm going to put it to you guys and tell me in the comments what you think. So when this was released, I mentioned this to character, said, well, yeah, but it's not accurate. And the reason was, yeah, they knew that, but it would cost them too much to make an accurate one. I thought, I can understand that, fair enough. But considering they have released this so many times now, so we have the original 7th Doctor release. In 2010 we had released with the twin pack. Then we had the Coal Hill School pack a few years back. And then we have today's. So I consider the amount they would have made and produced. I suppose it's cheap for them, but I think if they got it right, would they have sold more? Another thing to point out is the difference between this and the last release, the Coal Hill School set, is they've got the mesh right. Not the mesh, yeah, the slats right, sorry. Because they gave it a mesh before. These did not have a mesh. They had the band with the gold panels, slats on it, but no mesh. And I understand they made it a complete new slats for this. Complete new part, which is strange because they've got the original mould still. So they could have just used that one. There we go. So we have eye moves, of course. Very stiff, but doesn't matter. rotation, does it rotate? Oh god, yeah, it's quite stiff. So there we have it. Hang on, does it say anything? Hang on, sorry folks. Yeah, usual things to say, couldn't say the usual marks, safety and all that. So there we have the current one. I'm going to bring in the original, you might say, and try to put these side by side. Hang on. Whether it will work, I do not know. Yeah. So that. Whoops. Light. Oh. So there we go. Now, of course, this is faded. One weird thing with this is the ball joints are kind of over the years got tarnished and gone green. So that is the original first release one. So just give you what they got right with the original one. I mean, the eye was the correct length, the discs were the correct order of size, and the gun was straight and unpinched. By unpinched, I mean, is when they used to move the props into position, the studio hands, whatever you call them, production team, whoever, would move them by holding on to their gun. Hence, they got pinched. I don't mean nicked, I mean, squashed. The error were the iris and the pupil were blue. The discs were bunched too far forward at the end of the rod, and the plunger was just, it's got the grooves in it, but it's just, I think, a little bit too long. So that's the original release. Okay. So let's take him out and bring in next one. Which is the next one now? Hang on. I think this is the next one. I'll be with you in a minute. Yeah, this one, now you can't, it took me a while to find this one, was the last time we had them. So the eye was more accurately sized eyeball on that one. Pupil was painted gold and iris being black was accurate to one prop. And the gold is slightly darker, which was more accurate. But of course, what was wrong was the slats had mesh. The eye was just a retool of the 4-pack, and the disc and the pivot were too small. And someone pointed out to me, the iris being specific to one prop made armour building awkward because you'd have them all the same, kind of slightly different. You might think, well, you got them. Yeah, I did get them. I can't remember now, did I get that as a present or did I buy it? I remember it. I think it was a Christmas. I'll just check for you what year it was. 2020 that came out with, and that came with Ace. But they gave it a mesh. As you can see, this one had a mesh. So, that's that one. Let's take it out. What else do I want to say? So, that's it on that one. So, I was going to pop them down out and bring in Mr. SWD. So there we have the special weapons Dalek. Only ever seen it in 2 stories. The Witch is Familiar, and that was the second story. And of course, Remembrance of the Daleks. Now, it is looking good. as a nice paint finish. Gun is nice. Now, I'm just checking. Yeah, I'm just checking some on this, and I'll tell you in a minute, folks. Right, I can see one issue with that. It should be more weathering above the gun, where the white should be a bit more dirty. The Hemis, the dirt and grime, I think it's supposed to be oil. It's a bit too standard. It's like some hit and miss. Like one is more dirty than the other. It's just like, yeah, one is a bit more dirty. One is nearly clean there, so that's a fault. They haven't done that right. The colouring, yeah, it looks okay, but in the photo, now I'm only going by a photo, so it's not 100% accurate, this picture I've got, but yeah, I've just checked, it's kind of a dark, what's that, dark bronze. I think the original release is better. I'm going to bring that in now to show you. Guns to swivel up and down, that's all it does. Just a little bit turn. Yep. Wait, a cool Dalek though. The Abomination, as it's called in the book novel. So I'm going to bring in original. It's afraid it's a bit dusty because it's been in my cabinet. So it looks like, is it me? The Hemis look a bit bigger. So new one of course is on the right. I think the dirt has just faded off the just faded over the years on the original. Yeah, it's nice they dirtied it up a bit more, but it's still a little off. Now then, you just might someone say it's only toys. Well, they are aimed at the collector's market. They're not sold in like the Entertainer store, toy store, or any other stores that sell toys, apart from like the only one we get is B&M. The colouring on the new one is better, but I think it looks too shiny, it's too new. Yeah, it should be more bronzer, but a bit darker. But looking at that, I think the dome part should be more gold. I'm going by a photograph, folks, so should be like a very dark gold, not bronze. The gun should be... The gun's kind of should be a bit more metallic looking. It just looks too plasticky, yeah. And don't say they can't do it, because they can. But the rest of it looks metallic. So that's what I'll say on the special weapons. Hit and miss. Would I recommend getting this set? Yeah, it's just nice to have another Imperial. Like, I wasn't going to bother with it. And if you didn't get the special weapons Dalek, perfect chance to get it. But if you have them and you don't really want to spend the money, then you're not going to really miss out. I know B&M financially are in a bit of difficulties. Something I seen online yesterday, I didn't read into it much, but they are likely to slash prices. Well, I don't know whether that would slash prices on the Doctor Who set, because interestingly they didn't really reduce the sets from last year. They were still like at full price. Anyway, there you go. Hope you liked that little review. Do like and subscribe, and I'm just going to, before I go, remove the turntable and line them up for you. So you get locked up. My army and friends, shall we say. Ha 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 ha. Whoops, sorry. Right. be able to see them. I'll just move the camera back a bit so you should see. And there we have them. Army building, yeah, it's nice. I mean, I like these, but I would love an accurate one, just like I'd love an accurate TARDIS. Anyway, hope you've liked this. I shall be doing another review soon, which of course is the much awaited The Master set as played by Anthony Ainley. As you may know, a year ago I did it as a possible rumour. It is now a fact because one gentleman, Mondas Productions, was gifted a set by the BBC, which has caused all sorts of issues online. People saying he shouldn't get it, blah, 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 blah. But he was given it as a present, told he could share it, and that's the end of that. So that should be up next. I think it might be up for order on Monday. Price, no idea, but I guess it'd be about 45. But I strongly suggest that if you want it, get it ASAP because I don't think they're going to last. So there we go. Remembrance of the Daleks set 2025. See you all soon. Bye.